Is it I can do that or I'm able to do that? I could do that or I was able to do that? And what about I'll be able to do that? Today, it's all about ability and possibility. Let's check it out.
Welcome to another Happy English podcast coming to you from New York City. And here's your English teacher, Michael.
All right, thank you, John, and thanks, everyone. It's Michael here from Happy English, and I help people speak English better. And this is Happy English Podcast, episode 805. Talk about ability using can, could, and be able to. When you want to talk about ability, you can use either can or be able to. Can and be able to are similar in meaning, but the way we use them is different. And that's what we're going to run through today. When you talk about someone's general or usual ability, you can use both be able to and can. But can is more conversational. Like, did you know that I can play the guitar? Well, I can. It's true. And here's another fun fact about me. Aside from English, I can speak Japanese. One of my students is Italian, and she can speak English, Japanese, Spanish, and French. That's quite a language ability. So when you use can, like this, to talk about someone's general or usual ability, there's no special nuance connected to can. Like when I say that Jack can cook Chinese food, it just means that he has that ability, nothing more. On the other hand, when you talk about ability using be able to, there's a nuance that there may have been some reason or condition that prevents you from having that ability. Let me give you an example. My cousin learned how to play the piano when she was growing up, but for the past several years, she lived in a small studio apartment, so there was no place for her piano. That changed a few weeks ago when she moved into a house in the suburbs. There's plenty of space for her piano, and now, finally, she's able to play the piano. She is able to play the piano. She overcame the condition that prevented her from doing that for the past several years. This distinction between can and be able to is also the same when we are talking about ability in the future. Like, if a friend says, let's have dinner after work tomorrow, can you make it at 6? I would reply, I have to work till 5:30, so I can make it to the restaurant by 6:30. We tend to use can for future plans or arrangements when the timing or situation is relatively certain. Like, the weather is going to be nice this weekend, so we can go to the park on Saturday. On the other hand, we tend to use be able to when we talk about a condition in the future or an uncertain possibility in the future. Like, with more practice, you're gonna be able to speak English fluently. Your ability to speak English fluently depends on the practice you put in. Here's another example. I have to work late tomorrow, so I don't know if I will be able to make it to the party on time. My work schedule is the condition that will determine my ability to make it to the party on time. Now that you know this, you can speak more precisely about your ability in the future. So what about the past? Well, first of all, the past of can is could, and we use could when we talk about someone's general ability in the past. Like, when Donna was a kid, she could play the piano really well. Playing the piano was her general ability, and Donna's brother could play tennis and handball. He used to be pretty good at those sports. And we use could when we talk about someone's general ability to do something in the past. On the other hand, we tend to use was able to when we talk about a specific event or a particular situation where someone succeeded in doing something. Like, even though it took a lot of paperwork and meetings, Jack was finally able to get a loan to start his new business. Here's another example. Yesterday, my coworker Anna told me that she lost her keys, and I was wondering about that this morning. So when I saw her, I asked her, "Were you able to find your keys?" In situations like this, we don't use could. Keep in mind, the best way to remember English like this, and any other word or phrase in English, is to take that word or phrase, write it in a sentence that's true for you or true in your world, and then memorize your sentences. Did you know you can get more practice using your English when you join my Podcast Learners Study Group? There, you can make new friends. Join us for live group lessons every week where we practice these podcast lessons together. Plus, you get access to the PDF transcript and audio download for every Happy English podcast in the past and in the future. And on top of that, each episode has exercises where you can practice this English point with speaking and writing checked by me. To learn more, just visit myhappyenglish.com and choose podcast lesson 805. Remember, learning another language is not easy, but it's not impossible. And I'm here to help you on your journey.
This podcast was brought to you by Happy English. Please visit myhappyenglish.com. Show your support for Happy English by leaving us a review. Get English, get happy, Happy English.